Hello, everyone, and welcome to a DOBARA Zoom. I am Samin Ansari, and I am the creative director at DOBARA. I am also somebody who works consistently on the DOBARA Virtual Wellbeing Program because I do live in the Netherlands, and that means I can be a part of DOBARA from a completely different country. Us from different places, different countries, and different cities in India. So we're thankful to have this medium. I'm going to tell you all a little bit about DOBARA as an introduction. So bear with me. DOBARA is an equitable, age-friendly well-being platform where we consistently promote healthy and active aging and overall well-being through our myriad programs and activities. The areas of focus for DOBARA involve physical, social, mental, cognitive, and emotional health. Because it's been widely researched that the overall health of older adults can be greatly improved and preserved through active and healthy aging programs, such as the ones by DOBARA. Our work involves creating safe spaces for artistic and creative expression, promoting lifelong learning, giving back by volunteering, and creating diverse social environments and age-friendly, accessible activities, all with the focus of supporting and promoting well-being. So I told you about our DOBARA Virtual Wellbeing Program. A lot of you are a part of it, and maybe some of you don't know. But we have themes. We have daily themes for virtual well-being. And for example, we have Make Me Laugh Monday, which is all about the healing power of humor. And we have Tasty Tuesdays, which is the science of savoring. It's about the mindful enjoyment of taste. And today's hostess is a very big part of our DOBARA Tasty Tuesdays. And she gives it her all. And it's not just taking a photo like we do for Instagram or for social media. She takes multiple photos of beautiful meals that she prepares, and she makes collages out of them. And then she shares them on the group, and we all drool over the food and ask her for recipes. And then she kindly obliges. So after several months of doing this, we finally thought, you know what might be really awesome if we asked Sanghamitra Auntie to give us a workshop where we can actually and the cooking and all of that, and ask her questions and actually follow a recipe from start to end. And so today's Zoom is our very first DOBARA cooking workshop on Zoom. So we're very excited. This is very unique. Bravo to Sanghamitra Auntie for being such a sport and saying, let's try it. Let's see how it works. So welcome. I'm going to now hand it over to, we do have one thing we would like to say is that during the process of the cooking and the ingredients and all of that, we will like to ask everyone to stay on mute, but keep your questions in your mind or written down, or keep them handy, because once she's done with the whole recipe, we can then open up and talk to her and ask her questions and go into detail about all the things that we want to talk about. Also, as you know, DOBARA does a lot of programs like this one online. And we have, for the month of October, our calendar is on our website. It's under the tab called Events. So I invite you all to have a look. It's for well-being. They're free, they're fun. And we are working on putting our members, our seniors, our volunteers in the spotlight, giving them their moment to shine. So it would mean a lot if you all came. And also, if you have ideas for workshops that you want to do for us, with us, we would love to hear about them, because the more, the merrier. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to my Mama Ansari.
Welcome aboard. And let me introduce Sanghamitra Malik. She's undoubtedly the queen of our Tasty Tuesday, like Samin just explained to you. Now, Sanghamitra has been living in Hyderabad for the past 54 years. She's just a true Hyderabadi at heart. And she has worked with Hyderabadi icons like Professor Fatima Ali Khan, Mrs. Nandita Sen, Farida Hussain and the others on a project called Apna Watan. And this has worked for communal harmony excellently over the years. It's only the pandemic year that they haven't been able to perform. Otherwise, schools and youth and all ages have joined hands to make Apna Watan a huge successful organization. Apart from this, Sanghamitra is very fond of singing. English, Hindi, and Bengali. She's an excellent singer, and we are requesting her, if time permits, to give us a little song at the end to just, get a feel of her singing, and we'll really appreciate it, Sanghamitra. With this, I call upon Sanghamitra to start her session. Welcome.
Thank you, Samin. Thank you, Martin. Thank you so much for all your kind words. Let me say hello to all those who have joined and all those who are still to join, the variants, as well as others who eventually will become the variants. It's so nice to actually talk, even though it's online. Let's hope one day we will have it live. But then, Tuesday, you would have noticed that today I didn't share anything with you, the collage, because I was too busy cutting vegetables. So that took me a lot of time for having chosen a vegetarian dish, a vegetable dish with a number of vegetables. I would like to tell you all that, although I prepare a lot of fish, chicken, mutton, etc., I am very particular that every day we must have vegetables and dal. This is for our health. And as we all know that all these vegetables are extremely good for our health, for various reasons. Each one is having something so rich in fiber, which is so important. So that is why I particularly chose a dish which has so many different vegetables, and each one is contributing something very important for our health. This particular dish is a mixed vegetable dish. It's a mixed vegetable dish, and it is popular in Bengal. It is called Labra Ghonto. And this particular dish also has certain vegetables which go into this, which I will tell you in course of time. Let us see an image of the vegetables that have gone into this preparation. Manpreet, these are all the vegetables that have gone into this dish. You can also see the spices and the other items, the mustard oil, the salt, the haldi, the jaggery, the panchforan, which is a very important part of our preparations. So all these things go into this, and let us now see the cut vegetables. Yeah. So this is the reason why I didn't share anything today for Tuesday, because I was busy cutting all this. So there is a certain way that vegetables have to be cut. for a particular dish. Now, for this dish, they are not to be shred into small pieces, but they should be squarish and slightly big in size, as you can see in the image. None of the vegetables, you see the cabbage. Now this is the cabbage. They are cut into big pieces, not shred into fine pieces. Even the onions are cut very big. So all of them are a particular size, say about, some are 3/4 of an inch or an inch. Okay, next. Now, this shows all the vegetables kept separately in the separate bowls. On the left, you can see the vadiya. Those are urad dal vadiya. What I have used is what is available in the market here in Hyderabad. I would have liked to use the urad dal vadiya available in Kolkata. I generally get a whole lot of that, but all that got over. In 2 years I haven't traveled, so I used this from whatever I got in the market here, but they are very easy to prepare at home, and the ones made at home come out very well. Maybe I will share that with you sometime later. On the right side, what you can see is the, okay, now let me tell you, I will of course show you the vegetables. Now you can see the, okay. So what I've done is I've put all the vegetables on one side. I've put the vadi towards the front, and on the, what you see, and even behind, you see in a flat bowl, you can see the carrot and the beans and the green chilies and the shredded ginger. That's the only thing which is finely shredded. And what you see on the right, they are all the different spices. Now you've seen the picture. Now I will actually show you each thing one at a time. Here, this is the pumpkin, the yellow pumpkin. This is a very, very healthy vegetable. I know lots of people don't like to have this, but do you know that it has 245% of vitamin A? It's excellent. It's an excellent vegetable. Now here, this is green banana. You know, green banana, there you are. Green banana. So green banana, it has no fat, no cholesterol, but a lot of fiber. And fiber is very, very important. Vitamin C, vitamin B6, and all the essential nutrients in this green banana. Let me take the brinjal. Now, brinjal is another vegetable not everybody likes. Now, I wanted to tell you, in Hyderabad, generally what you make is a bagara baigan, and that is made with those small brinjals. No, that will not do for us. This has to be the big one, you know, the one with which we make bharta baigan. So it has to be the big one. And for this dish, you just need half of that, because we are mixing so many different types of vegetables. So it's full of fiber and vitamin C and vitamin A. So this is another very important vegetable. Let me show you another. Now these are potatoes. Now for this dish, I have used only one potato, one slightly bigger size potato. Potato is full of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins C and B6, potassium as well. It's actually very good for health if you just have it boiled or in a vegetable preparation. Where the problem comes only when you are going to have finger chips and chips That is not healthy. So it is not that potato is unhealthy. It is how you prepare it that makes all the difference. This is radish. Now I have used, say, a standard size radish. I have taken for the dish about 3/4 of a radish, a standard size radish. It is again a very, very healthy dish, and it is very rich in antioxidants. It's very important to have this. It's full of fiber, it's full of calcium. So radish is another excellent dish to add to this particular preparation. Let me come to cabbage. Cabbage, as I mentioned, they are to be cut in big pieces, and it is again full of fiber, full of protein and antioxidants. So this is again a very good vegetable to have. Let me pick up the next one. Next one is, this is the flat beans. You know what we say, same ki phalli? That is exactly what this is. This is full of vitamin A, full of vitamin C and K and proteins. So this is another very good vegetable to have. I have taken about 6 to 7 of these flat beans. These are onions. Onions also have a lot of antioxidants. They are anti-inflammatory. That's also a very important thing. So one thing for this dish, you have to cut them little big and thick, not finely shredded onions. Another extremely good vegetable, sweet potatoes. They are low fat, highly nutritious vegetables, and they are very good for vision and fiber. Fiber is one thing for which all these vegetables are very suitable for making this preparation, sweet potato. Then I have carrots. Carrots, as you know, are extremely, it's like this. Let me say, yeah. These are the carrots I'm showing you. Fiber, again, controls sugar actually, vitamin A and beta carotene, calcium. These are all vegetables which we need to have. It's not that we have to make this preparation every day, but this particular dish is having all these vegetables which are full of fiber. So every day one should have at least one of these vegetables in different preparations. Like, for example, even when I prepare fish curry, in Bengal, it is, you will find generally they add potatoes, only potatoes. But I add carrots, I add cauliflower, different things, not only potatoes. So, then there is the other one, the next one is French beans. French beans. French beans also are very good for protein, for fiber. I must mention one thing. No, perhaps many Bengalis would not like to add carrot and French beans in this dish. But when I make any preparation, I do not follow any recipe. My recipes are my own, and I mix and match. And I started cooking when I was still in school. I used to be asked to leave the kitchen. My mother thought I'll burn myself or whatever, fingers or whatever. But I said, no, I'm going to be in the kitchen. So since I'm interested in cooking for very long, so I do my own thing. Though both my parents were expert in cooking. My father was an expert, though an army officer, and my mother too. But then I have my own recipes. So carrot and French beans generally one wouldn't put in labra, but you know, they give color. They give color and the vegetable, the dish looks better. So that's why I add, and they are so good for health. Then we use ginger which is shredded. Again, a very useful item to have. There is no garlic, and I also want to mention that onion is optional. You may use the onion, but if you don't eat onion or you don't wish to, or suppose we make this to offer to our gods, then we don't put onion. But I have put onion to just add to the taste. So that covers the vegetables. Now let me come to the other items that are used. Firstly, the oil, the medium is mustard oil. We prefer mustard oil. You can use other oils like rice bran or saffrola or anything, but somehow our dishes are always more tasty when made in mustard oil. So that's one thing. Now, the other things, now shall I sort of now tell you, I'll first tell you the spices and then we'll start the process. It's mustard oil, it's Panch Phoran, which are 5 spices. Earlier, this was never available in the market in Hyderabad. I used to mix them in the right proportion at home. Mustard, cumin, that is jeera, saunf, that is aniseed, and then there is methi, and kalonji. Kalonji is a very important spice which we not only add in Panch Phoran but also in a number of other dishes like when we prepare some dishes with palak or fish curry, we use kalonji and several other dishes. So these 5 spices are mixed in the same proportion because we use all the time. So I used to make a little more in quantity, but if you don't use much, you can take small quantities, half a teaspoon, add up all, put a little more of the saunf. It gives the flavor. But nowadays in Ratnadeep, in Hyderabad, Ratnadeep supermarket is selling the Panch Phoran already. I think many others have taken to using this because it gives a wonderful flavor. So along with the Panch Phoran, I use a few red chilies. So that is for tempering. And before I do the tempering, what I did is I fried these vadis and kept them separate. Yeah. So after they were fried, they are like this, brown in color, and they have to be added later. So I've just fried and kept. And what you see along with that is, few pieces of coconut, which I will tell you when I use it. Then there is salt, there is haldi powder, there is no chili powder, there's green chilies, of course. And, in our preparations, we put a wee bit of jaggery. Some people put a wee bit of sugar. I put a wee bit of jaggery, not to make it sweet, but it balances the salt. This is, once I start preparing the dish. But prior to this, there's one more thing which I didn't take a picture of, and that was, frying the vadis and keeping it aside. That was the first step. Then after that, once I put the big kadai, then I put the mustard oil. I have added the Panch Phoran. First, heat it, but then put it on medium, otherwise they burn. And then the red chilies and the tej patta, bay leaves. So once that is hot, Now you see the shape of the potatoes. They are thick and kind of triangular. Yeah, and I keep stirring. And one thing, you have to stir very slowly and lightly. Otherwise, you're going to break all these vegetables and they'll become a big mash. Now, next one. Yeah, I added the pumpkins. And again, you keep on stirring and cover. Each time, actually, I cover for 2 minutes or so. And they keep getting mixed. I've not added the salt. I've not added the turmeric. Next. Yeah, I've added more things into this. I have added the carrots. I've added the flat beans. And you can see I've added the green banana, the radish. And each time I stir, I have a lift from below and put it back, but not in a round, rounded fashion, but very slowly so that they don't break. Remember, you're not going to add any water. They are going to cook in their own water. So each time we stir, cook, and cover and allow it to cook for a while. Next. Yeah, I have added more of the vegetables like the radish, and the brinjals have started coming in. Yes, the brinjals have come in. So these are all going to be added step by step. You don't mix all of them and put them all together because each one has a little different cooking time. But eventually, when all the things are put together, they kind of, help each other to get cooked. That is the idea. They should be cooked, but they should be firm. They should not get mashed. Next one. Yes. French beans have also come in. I have added the salt and the haldi and a little jaggery. Jaggery, I have added half teaspoon. Yeah. Next. Yes. Now this is after cooking for over 15 minutes. After 15 minutes and cooked, covered, then we add the cabbage. Cabbage is not added early because then they become too soft, but we want them to be a little crunchy. So that crunch adds to the taste. It's very important to add these vegetables step by step. I wish we could cook, uncovered, because then the carrots and the two beans would have been more orange and more green. But the moment we cover, they lose that bright color. So they become a little dull, but that cannot be helped because we cannot add water. That completely spoils the taste. Okay, next. Okay, so here, well, it's like, the cabbage has got cooked now. The cabbage is cooked now. Let's go on to the next one. Yeah, so here I have added the fried worries. They have got mixed and probably you cannot see them, but I've added the fried worries and mixed. They should be fried, but they will be firm only when you add the worries at the end, because otherwise they'll become soft, and that is not what we want. So all the vegetables, you'll notice that they are all firm, but they are all cooked, and they have got cooked in their own water. And I have also added the coconut milk. That gives a wonderful taste to it. And that coconut milk should be mixed and it should be allowed to dry up completely. There should be nothing, no liquid left at the bottom of the vessel, the karai. Next. Okay. Now, this is the dish after. You can see the wadis now. You can see the wadis. And the other thing is, after you reach this stage, this is when in a separate small karai, I have heated the desi ghee. It's for this quantity, 1 tablespoon. If you make lesser quantity, because this vegetable will be enough for at least 6 to 7 people, or maybe 8 people. So if you make less, you take half a tablespoon. That desi ghee is actually a very, very healthy thing to have. And you heat it and you lightly fry sliced coconut pieces. You know, it adds to the taste. And when they turn light brown, then I'll show you. Here they are. This is a lightly fried coconut pieces. So when I heat the ghee, I put the coconut pieces to fry and a few green chilies. I have added few green chilies earlier and few I kept to add in the ghee. And then I put this into the vegetable and just toss it and it's ready. And finally, it's one has to take it out. And before that, I squeeze 1/4 of a lime for the zing, and this the vadiyas and these coconut. This is for the crunch. And all this, I do not know if the standard recipes say so, but this is my recipe. So I always like a little crunch, a little zing in a dish, and that's where I add my own thing. I do my own thing. So then the dish is ready. Don't add water. That will spoil everything. And you have to cook it initially in medium heat and then on sim. Only then you'll get a very good taste and they will cook evenly. Nothing will remain raw. Everything will be well mixed. And each vegetable gives some taste to the other. And it's a wonderful mixture. And it's very healthy. The most important thing is it is extremely healthy. You cannot have this dish every day. Even if you have it once a month, it's good enough because it's got everything in it. Now I just empty it into another serving bowl.
While we wait for Sanghamitra Auntie, we'll keep our questions ready because I have a few. And then we can ask her.
So here I have emptied it into this bowl. Okay. So there it is. We generally prefer with rice, but you can have it with chapatis. There are certain, dishes somehow, now with me, 54 years going on to 55 years of being a Hyderabadi, but that Bengali taste has not gone. So I have to take this with rice. So that is the dish, a very healthy dish. Do try it. It is very simple. You'll notice it's the only hard work is with the cutting. The cutting has to be done properly. And I am very particular about proportion. Proportion is important in any cooking. I'll give you a small example. Now, if you're preparing aloo methi, It is aloo methi, not methi aloo. So it's the aloo which is more and the methi which is less. And that proportion has to be right. So that is very important. Now here also, as you saw, brinjal, half of it, a radish, 2/3 of it, sweet potato, 2 small ones. So a pumpkin, about 4 inches piece. So each one is, a certain quantity, and that they have all been added together to give this quantity, which I said was about enough for about at least 6 to 7 people or more. So that's the proportion is most important, I would say. So this is the dish. Please try it out, and if there are any doubts, you can always clear them. I'm there to help you.
Thank you so much, Sanghamitra. I think now is a good time if anyone has any questions. I know I do. Can I ask my question? I have a question about the coconut milk. At exactly what time do we, like in the stage, is it after the cabbage that we add the coconut milk, and how much?
Yeah, after adding the cabbage, and just stirring it, 2-3 times for the cabbage to sort of mix with the rest. Then, since we are not adding any water, you can say that the vegetables in the kadai are completely dry. There is nothing, no wetness in. I mean, they are wet, but there's no water at the bottom. So you just spread the coconut milk, and you need not work so hard taking out the milk from the fresh coconut. You get these little cartons, they are good enough. And what you need is about 2 whole tablespoons or 2.5 tablespoons of that from the carton. And that's good enough. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
But you must let it dry. Because after that, you don't cover. After that, you don't cover anymore.
No, so
and you add the vadiyas also. Vadiya jo hai, that also you add, and you allow the whole thing to get mixed together without covering anymore.
So that was another question I had about the vadiya. What exactly is that? How, like when I go to a shop, what do I look for?
I'll tell you. See, in different states, vadi is made in their own style. Now, what at least what I prefer is what is made in Bengal. In Bengal, you get not on earlier people used to make at home, like my aunts, my father's sisters, and all. They were all experts. They used to make at home out of various types of dal pulses. These are urad dal ke variant. The urad dal which is used for the vadas and for dosas and all, that urad dal, the white one. Then we have moong dal ke variant. We have masur dal ke pink colored variant. We also have dal out of peas, matar ki dal. So even that is made into variant. So what is done is, like for example, for this urad dal vadi, all that you need to do is urad dal has to be soaked overnight, and in the morning you at least 7 to 8 hours of soaking. And I could have made them, but I didn't realize, and I just went last day to buy, and there was no time, so I bought these. So you soak them. Next morning you grind them in the mixie, make a nice paste, and in that you add a little salt and a little hing as a fatida, and you really what should I say, whip it with your hand, so that there's a lot of air. And then after that you can fill up a icing bag and stretch a cloth or a plastic and just put drops of that, so that, and they will dry up in the sun for next few days. You should have good sun. I believe in England and all, what they do is they put them in the oven at 60 to 80 degrees and even bake them. But then you can, in India, why should we do that? We would, I don't know about you, in Netherlands, you may have to bake them, but we can put them in the sun and dry them for the next few days. And when they are dry, you take them out and keep them in some container. And we use it for various, our vadiyas are much bigger in size. The small ones are those made of masoor ki dal, which we, have, when we have dal, we fry a few vadiyas and just have. And the others we like for this urad ki dal, we have bigger size. I add this, I don't know whether others add or not, but I add it for crunch. And I also use the same vadiyas for fish curry. They taste very nice. You fry them and keep them. And when your curry is almost ready, you put them in and give it a boil, and they get cooked. They are very tasty.
Sounds good. Does anybody else have any questions? I'm hearing a really scary echo. Sushma Aunty, you're on mute.
Hello.
Hello, Sushma ji.
Can you hear me? Very nice,
Yes,
Sanghamitra.
yes.
Really enjoyed your dish by my eyes.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have something to say with the eyes, but you asked the question first.
No, nice. I liked it. That is why I just call you that I liked everything. No problem.
Okay, that's nice. Coming to, she said eyes. Now, what is very important is, when you see a dish, it should, you first eat with your eyes. So it's very important that, visually, before you have even tasted even the tiny bit, visually, any dish for that matter, should look good. So you first eat with your eyes. There's no doubt about that. And so it's very important that your dish should look good. There are a few points which I don't know if there are any questions, but I need to tell you. And that is, you would have noticed that I haven't used certain vegetables. For example, cauliflower. No, it doesn't go there. You can't use lady's finger. No, you cannot use palak. You cannot use bottle gourd. You cannot use snake gourd. You cannot use ridge gourd, tinda. These or leek, green onions. These are not used for this dish. I told you carrot and beans is something which I use. Others may not be using. Labra Ghonto is made in different Bengali houses in different styles. Like even in the same house, I did it this way, my mother did it in some other way. So it's like that. But carrot and beans, I have taken liberty and I add them. But these other vegetables I mentioned, they are not added to this. So that is one thing which is important I wanted to tell you. And apart from that, well, yes, any dish should first look good before we taste the dish.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Hello. Yeah. About the green banana. If I can't get green banana, can I replace that with the zucchini?
I have never tried out, but since you don't get it over there, you can try it out, because now that you have told me, next time I'm going to get zucchini and try it out and see how it goes. Because no, I mean, I told you that these are the vegetables you cannot add to it, because it kind of doesn't go, though we individually have all that, all of those vegetables, but certain things don't go with certain things. In this, they don't go. Please try out with zucchini and let me know how it has come, because for all you know, it might come out well.
All right, I will do that. All right, any more questions? Any more? Does anybody have anything to add?
And I would always say, always add less salt. Very, very important even for our own health. The two things which ruin our health eventually is salt and sugar. These two things are poison. So get into the habit of eating food with less salt. And please go slow on pickles. They are very bad for our health. Occasionally it's fine. I mean, we all take. but they are full of salt. So you should take very less. And anyway, any preparation you will notice when we first put everything in the karai, it looks so much. And some of them is full of water, most of them. And they reduce to such an extent that if you put too much salt, you're going to have a very salty dish. You can add a little if it is less, but you cannot reduce after you add it too much. So that's very important. And not in everything you can put, half an onion to soak out the salt. You can do that with some curries, but not otherwise. Always advisable to add less salt. And that little bit of jaggery, actually jaggery is very good for health. So, it balances the salt. It gives a better taste. Any other doubts?
No, thank you.
And it's the fiber which is so important. No matter what we eat, the best, but have vegetables and have fruits. The fiber is so important for our good health.
Sanghamitra Aunty, I'm going to take 5 seconds to give a big thank you. I just realized we have 2 superstars also who are watching us. We have Kamakshi Aunty, Kamu Aunty, and Uncle YK, who this weekend on Sunday, they had a big day. They were at our Adivaram Angadi at our sacred space. And Kamu Aunty was volunteering there, and she did a fabulous job of telling people about Dobara and being a Dobara representative. And Uncle YK gave an amazing Tai Chi demonstration. And I got to see a video of it, and they're here. And Kamu Aunty also does every month she does a Manoranjan party, Zoom party for Dobara, which is a lot of fun. And Uncle YK is going to be doing a Zoom too, just like you, Sanghamitra Aunty. He is going to be telling us about the art of collecting treasures on the 22nd of October. So thank you both for joining us. I just saw you guys in the audience, so hello.
It's so good you're here. I hope I get to meet you personally, because it's been a very, very long time. And Mr. Murthy, I saw the video, just like you saw, Samin, I too saw the video. And I'm really waiting to see that program, of course. And I think I said I'll visit him to see all that he has.
We should.
All those wonderful things that you have, Mr. Murthy. Every time I see them, and I just think, when will I go and see them in person?
Uncle Murthy, you're on mute. You're muted.
Yeah. Please come over to the museum.
I certainly will. After seeing all those photographs, I can hardly wait.
Yes. And it is not the picture alone. We have a lot of stories behind. Must be. You sometimes do mention some of the details about a particular object. So that's also very interesting. Not only the pictures of the items, but what you add. The matter you add, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with all of us.
All right, so are we ready for a special song?
Sanghamitra.
Okay, this is by the Gaitha Vocal Band. So it's a group song. Good things just take time. Good things just take time. Good things just take time. Do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby da. Do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby da. An acorn grows a mighty oak. A stream can cut through rock. A house becomes a home, sweet home. A baby learns to walk. Paint will be a masterpiece, and words can make a rhyme. A boy will turn into a man. Good things just take time. An acorn grows a mighty oak. A stream can cut through rock. A house becomes a home sweet home. A baby learns to walk. Paint will be a masterpiece, and words can make a rhyme. A boy will turn into a man. Good things just take time. Don't give up. Don't give in. That hill was made to climb. With some food and fortitude, you will be just fine. Great is worth its weight in gold. Easy ain't worth a dime. Stay in for the long, long haul. Good things just take time. Do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby da. Do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby da. A child can be a wise man. A sinner can be a saint. A brick can be a temple. A leaf can be a chain. Some notes can be a love song. Steel can be a chime. A moment can last forever. Good things just take time. A child can be a wise man. A sinner can be a saint. A brick can be a temple, a leaf can be a train. Some notes can be a love song, steel can be a chime. A moment can last forever, good things just take time. Don't give up, don't give in, that hill was made to climb. With some food and fortitude, you will be just fine. Great is worth its weight in gold, easy ain't worth a dime. Stay in for the long, long haul, good things shall take time. Do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby, do dooby dooby da. Don't give up, don't give in, that hill was made to climb. With some food and fortitude, you will be just fine. Great is worth its weight in gold, easy and worth a dime. Staying for the long, long haul, good things just take time. Good things just take time. Good things just take time. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Bravo.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you. I wish there was some accompaniment, but then I don't play myself, so that was the problem.
It was beautifully sung. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being such a great sport. Thank you for experimenting.
Thank you so much. So much.
Thank you for redefining the experience of aging with us. Thank you all for joining, and we will see you all very, very soon.
Thank you to all those who joined. Thank you so much, Mateen.
Thank you.